So please help me welcome Petra Ferraz. Hi, Petra.
Hi. Yes, it's good to be on here. I'm honored to be able to share. So thanks for inviting me. Um, yeah, as you can tell by my accent, I'm not American. Well, I am actually now. I'm naturalized, but I was born and raised in Germany, and my mom is from the Czech Republic, and she was always an awesome cook. I always loved being in the kitchen with my mom and cooking up a storm with her. And we tried to always see how tasty we can make the dishes be and still be really healthy. And we dreamt together that one day we might have be able to open a vegetarian or vegan restaurant. Um, but things, of course, turned out differently. I ended up studying music in England and got married to a wonderful British man. And we had two children together. I graduated with my music degree and started working. And in the process of, teaching music at a school, having my own students and so on, I was actually asked to join the staff of a vegan restaurant in downtown London, on Oxford Road, Oxford Street. And I agreed to do that. I worked there for 2 days a week for a couple of years because I wasn't willing to give up my other jobs. And I had a wonderful time with the people there. Everybody was so committed, but it really was more of a mission than of great profit, because so much goes into running of a restaurant, and it was backbreaking work. So I was glad to be there only 2 days a week, but I got a lot out of it. But it kind of cured me of that dream of ever having my own restaurant. Um, and then I was planning to get a master's in health promotion, but the children came along, so that plan never materialized. I had two daughters and had a wonderful time raising them there in England. But besides my piano teaching, I started, as you said, giving cooking schools and organizing health events, and I had a lot of fun doing that, and connecting with people. I always wanted to show people a better way of living and enjoying better health through better lifestyle choices. In 2002, we got a call to come, and my husband was asked to come to Geneva, Switzerland, and we lived there for 4 years. And it was a wonderful place to live. It was like living in the middle of a postcard. It was amazing. And I carried on doing health events in Geneva. It was interesting to put that together for some of the expatriates that worked at the World Health Organization, at the United Nations. There were a lot of English-speaking people there. So, and there's not too much that caters towards English-speaking people in the Geneva area. So they were glad for events like that. In 2006, we moved to Michigan, and I was very blessed to find a wonderful team at our local church there that would work with me and help put on monthly supper clubs, cooking schools, health expos, weight loss classes. We did all kinds of things to reach out into the community, and had a lot of fun doing that. Really enjoyed those years. Then 5 years ago, we moved to the other side of the state in Michigan. And I always thought, that my good lifestyle choices of exercising regular, drinking water instead of soft drinks, getting lots of fresh air, eating plant-based, of course, and using natural remedies would kind of really protect me well from those big diseases that are out there, that are mostly lifestyle related. Well, on the whole, that's true, but there are factors that we are all exposed to that are really beyond our control. I had a doctor friend who some of you might know reach out and suggested that I would go on the NRF2, NRF1, and the probiotic. The NAD was not out then yet. And I thought, I'm already taking so many supplements. And my husband says, no, you're taking this. I says, that's another $100 to the supplement bill, And he says, I don't care, you're taking this. If he thinks this is good for you, you should take it. So he signed up, and ordered it and gave it to me, and I took it, and I was so glad my husband made that call and made that decision, because it was the best thing that he could have done. When I came to my checkups, there was a nurse that kept asking me, so are you struggling with fatigue? And I said, no. And she kind of she smiled at me at first, but going down the weeks, she says, you know, you're really living in denial. You should just accept it and give yourself the rest that you need. And I said, well, I've got my 2 half-time jobs, and I don't have time to sit down and slow down. So I enjoy staying busy, and I think that suits me better than just sitting in the chair and looking out the window. So I kept going, and I was very glad I could do that, because it really was helpful. What I forgot to mention is I brought my shoebox of supplements to my doctor, and I says, look, I'm taking all these supplements. Are you okay with me taking those? And he said, he took a whole hour, and he sat down and he looked at every single supplement, and he says, you know, you really got too much going there. I suggest you only take 5 of them. And I says, okay, which 5 do you suggest? And guess what he pulled out? NRF2, NRF1, and he had never heard of Protandim before. But he looked at the ingredient list and he thought, this looks good. And another 3, the probiotic was in there too. And he gave me permission to keep using them. So I praise God for my doctor that made that call, because I think I might have taken them even if he hadn't allowed me. But I was glad to have his permission, and that was really the best thing that could have happened to me, seeing that studies also show that taking these things is actually of a benefit and not in any way counterproductive. So as this last summer, I started talking to more people about this, and as I studied more about Protandim and seeing all that it can do and how it really works, and I hadn't done that when I started taking that. I only really started studying it a year after taking it already. I was amazed at the mechanics of it and what it does, and I started talking to people about it, and they were interested in ordering as well. So I talked to the person I signed up with, and I said, you know, what do I do? And I was told, well, why don't you just sign up as a distributor, and then they can order through you, and you can get you can get some benefits from that. And I said, yeah, I can do that. Then I listened on to some of the training calls, and I had so much fun sharing with friends and family. And in fact, the more I told people, the more people I would think of that needed this as well and that were struggling. And when in September the Flip the Switch promotion came on, I realized that I should be a little bit more methodical, and I had my launch events just happened before then. So I really was on a roll, because I started to be a bit more methodical about it, and I had my list, and I made, I had at least 2-3 people, new people a day that I talked to, and the more people I talked to, the more people I would think of. And it was just such a joy to connect to people that I hadn't spoken to in a long time, that first of all, I wanted to thank them for praying for me and giving me more support during my health challenges. And they were so open-minded to listen to what I had to say, what has helped me and how I pulled through. Many people told me, we're so surprised to see you do so well. How is it that you're doing so well? And I said, well, I got a little secret. I'll tell you if you want to hear. And so many of our friends and family were wanting to try this as well, and they're now reaping the benefits. And it was, to me, it's the best thing to find Protandim and be able to share this with other people and see what it does for them. I have already a number of amazing success stories of my own friends that I'm just so happy to share with others. And I'm just amazed that this Protandim is really that missing piece, that missing puzzle piece that I didn't have in my life, and that I just feel so much better having that as part of my routine, part of my life. Really what I see is that reducing this oxidative stress that we all have, and of course with all the added toxins, as I discovered in my health journey, I was trying to figure out how did I get to the point I did with my health, and found out that in Kalamazoo, the area where we lived, there was PFAS in the groundwater, which is a toxin. So, you know, putting that all together, I can see how our environment is so often bombarding us with pollution and toxins, where our lifestyle choices are good, but they can't make a difference to the extent that it protects us the way we need to be protected. And so I can see that Protandem can do that in a way that is just wonderful, because when the oxidative stress gets taken away and our cells can relax from all that bombardment, really that mechanism will kick in that God put in our bodies and that he designed our bodies to do. And I'm just so happy to see that happen for so many of our friends and family now that have started to take it as well. And I'm just super excited to be a distributor and be in this company now, and even get paid for sharing the good news with other people. So good life vantage.
That's awesome that you're super excited, Petra. I mean, basically what I took from you sharing tonight is fun sharing with those that also need it. Joy in connecting with individuals that you haven't connected with in a while. So you're just going out there sharing, and while you're sharing to be healthier, you're also getting the benefit of an additional income. That's amazing. I'm super excited for you and your health journey and seeing how better you're doing.
I think it's been a blessing that people knew me always as somebody who cares for other people and for other people's health. So this was just, you know, the next step that we could take.
That is amazing, Petra. Thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. I'm pretty sure you touched many others out there and connected. Our next person, or our next speaker, she is recently a brand new Elite Pro 8 from Bentwood, California, where she lives with her husband, Garrett, and 2 boys, Ryan and Nick. Angie is the perfect example of following up, or why following up is so important, you guys. She said no to Tara Wilson back in 2007 and went on to start a traditional business. In just 4 years, she has created an incredible team culture, building in her own backyard and beyond. She is very excited to share this experience with others and help her team succeed. We're gonna go ahead and welcome and congratulate Angie Harper for reaching Pro 8 this last month. Congratulations, Angie.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. And Petra, great job. I completely agree with you that every single person breathing needs to be on these products. So great job talking about the products. I'm here, you guys, to talk a little bit about the business. And, you know, not only should everybody be on these products, I believe that everybody should be introduced to this business model. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story. Like Sandra said, I've been with LifeVantage for 4 years. However, I was approached 12 years ago by Tara Wilson with another business opportunity, and I told her no. A little bit of my backstory. After college, I became an elementary school teacher. I taught kindergarten and 2nd grade, and I love kids. I love teaching, but I didn't love the long hours. I didn't love the commuting. I didn't love the energy and the emotion that I would spend at school teaching my beloved kids, and then having to go home and be a mom to my own 2 boys who were pretty young at the time. And I felt like I was on that hamster wheel, right? Doing the same thing every single day, getting up early, commuting, teaching, commuting back home, dinner, bath, bed, do it all again the next day. And no matter what I did, no matter how much time I put into professional development, which is required of teachers, right? Ongoing education and development, no matter how many hours I put in, didn't matter if I got there early, stayed late, went in on the weekends, I always made the same amount of money. My paycheck never went up because I was paid based on my seniority, right? And how many years I put in. And that's it. No matter what I did, I was paid the same. That's a ceiling, right? And so I knew that I wasn't going to be a teacher for 30 years. I knew there was something else for me. And one day, my youngest son and I were watching television, and we were watching a show on TLC called John and Kate Plus 8. And they had this school bus come up to their house, and all their kids ran out and played on the bus. And a light bulb went off in my head, and I said, I'm going to do that in Brentwood. That's the town I live in, 60,000 people. I left teaching, a secure job with a retirement, and I decided to start my own business. Having no idea what I was doing. I was not an entrepreneur, but I had a fire in my belly, and I knew that if I put in the work, I knew that it would work. Now, I invested $35,000 into starting that business and did not make a profit for 1 full year. I heard the word no a lot, you know, in trying to build my business. I would go to preschools and daycares and try to get them to allow the bus to come for classes. I taught gymnastics on the bus. We also did birthday parties, and I ran that business successfully for 9 years, and it was amazing. I made a lot of relationships in the town that I live in, and it was incredible. But along with running your own business, those of you that do know what I'm talking about, there's a tremendous amount of stress and anxiety that's placed upon me. Everything was on my shoulders, from marketing to sales to, you know, the website design to, you know, payroll taxes. I had employees, and it was never ending. Keeping a 1984 Ford school bus running was not easy, and I felt like I could never turn it off. It was always on my shoulders. And, you know, that brings me to, you know, my third business here, my third profession. So I started as a teacher. I was a small business owner. And then one day I was watching Facebook Live, right when Facebook Live started to get popular in 2016. And Tara Wilson, again, my good friend of over 25 years, was live. And I didn't know at the time that when you clicked on a live, your name popped up. And so here I am thinking I'm going to be incognito. What's Tara selling? You know, what's she doing now? And sure enough, my name pops up, and she reaches out to me. Nothing about the business, just, hey, Angie, great to see you. Hope you're doing okay. And that was it. But that opened the door for me, right? And I said, okay, tell me about this little yellow pill. Do you think it will work for me? And she said, Angie, I can't guarantee it, but it's worth a try. And so I decided, okay, why not? I'm going to give it a go. And a few months later, I went to my husband and I said, I think I'm going to sell my business, and I'm going to do this network marketing business. And he looked at me like, you're going to do what? And I said, yeah, something inside of me tells me that if this did this for me, right? How many people do I know that need to know about this? So why wouldn't I share it? And my first check was $16. And I looked at my husband and I said, I think I might have made a mistake. He said, no. He said, remember when you ran Tumble Time, honey? It took a year for you, right, to turn a profit. A year. And I'm glad to say it did not take me a year to turn a profit with this business. It happened fairly quickly. You know, I did hit Pro 7 in 2 years and Pro 8 in 4, but it was not without a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of consistency. And I'm going to talk a little bit with you guys today about my daily method of operation, because some of you watching this are current distributors, and some of you are watching this thinking, is this for me? You know, maybe you're in a job that you know, don't feel passionate about anymore. Maybe you're tired of running, you know, running the race like I was. Maybe you want more time with your kids. I know for me, that was my number one reason. When I started this, I was still running my business, so I had no time. So when my team comes to me and their excuse is, I don't have time, I don't accept that excuse, you guys, because I was there and I made the time. And I teach my team that if you want it bad enough, you can do it too. And I show them how to do it. So my daily method of operation, you guys, starts with mindset. Every single day when I wake up, I'm either reading a book, I'm listening to an Audible. I'm huge in Audible. I am, you know, listening to a podcast. And I'm pouring into myself. That's the way I start my day every single day. I exercise every single day, and I do spend a good amount of time on social media. Now, I'm not cold calling people. I'm not reaching out to people that I haven't talked to in 20 years and saying, hey, got this opportunity for you. I'm not, but I'm creating relationships and I'm talking to people. And that's what I spend a fair amount of time doing. I'm also looking at people's comments. Who's on social media commenting that they're tired or that they want to lose weight, whatever the case may be. I am constantly looking for people that need to know about what we have. And that's kind of what I do every single day. And again, not all day, but a little bit every day. Our app, we are so blessed to have an incredible app to run our business by. We can literally run a business, a global business, with a cell phone, right? Like, how incredible is that? I can be found at my kids' sporting events, baseball games, football games, you know, waiting in the pickup loop at school. And as long as I have my phone, I can communicate with people really quickly and I can send them information. It's incredible. This app, however, has completely changed the way I'm running my business. Everything can be done through the app. From, you know, every single day, I try to spend an hour in the app. I try to reach out to 5 current customers just to check in with them, see how they're doing. I try to reach out to 5 customers that have maybe fallen off of the products and kind of check in and maybe let them know about a new promotion that we're running, try to, you know, encourage them to try another product maybe. And I also reach out to 5 new people, 5 new prospects. And I try to do that every single day. It doesn't happen every day, but for the most part, that's my DMO. And then, you know, also pouring into my team. You know, I think once a teacher, always a teacher. And the most gratifying, rewarding part of this entire experience is watching my team succeed and pouring into them. And it just, you know, it's everything to me. It really is. And like Sandra said, I have built my team in my backyard. A town of 60,000 people. I think we've got, you know, close to 100 distributors in our town now. And all of the distributors, I've been doing this for 48 months. I have 56 personally enrolled distributors, and all of them, except for 1 or 2, all of them I knew prior and had some sort of a relationship with. So I haven't even really touched my cold market. I haven't built on social media like many people out there. And I'm excited. That's kind of my goal for 2021, is to get out of my own way and be more comfortable about, you know, reaching out to people that I don't know and have a relationship with. So you guys have to hold me to that and check in with me next time you see me. And so I'm just going to close you guys with a few tips, right? Being a product of your products for me is huge. When people come into my organization, it's always with the expectation that they're going to be a product of the products. You can't sell hair care or skincare unless you've used the hair care and skincare. I am my own store, right? My husband, my children, we're all on our products. We all drink Axio. We all use the hair care. We all use the skincare. You know, my son's on Trice Energy. My other son's on NRF2. My husband's on the Vitality Stack. I'm on the Vitality Stack. Our health is an expense that we're willing to put into, right? Just like the car that we drive, our health is more important than anything. And so for us, you know, obviously we're going to be a product of our products. And I think that's important. Touching your business every single day, extremely important. Not all day, but every single day, you have to touch your business and you have to stay consistent. Okay. And you guys, rejection, it sucks, right? It really does. Drop me a 1 in the chat if you've been rejected, if you've heard the word no. We all have. If you've been through this business and you haven't heard the word no, I don't know what you're doing, because every single person on here hears the word no, but it's what you do next. That's what matters, right? You can take that no and you can say, well, I'm terrible at this. Nobody's going to want to buy from me. Or you can take the no and you can say, that's 1 step closer to a yes. So I'm going to keep going. And that's mindset again, you guys. The book Go for No for Network Marketing was huge for me. GoPro, I tell all of my team to please read GoPro. And also Get Over Your Damn Self is one of my favorites. I have a, you know, whole library of books that I refer back to all the time. And, you know, it's constantly learning. I know many of you out there probably listened to Eric Worre this weekend and the GoPro, and you know, and it's never ending. I mean, people like Tara Wilson and, you know, all the leaders, the Cunninghams, they're still pouring into themselves. They're still, you know, paying money to be coached and to learn from people that have been there and done that. And so I think that's really important to know that it's continuous and it's ongoing, and you're always learning, right? And who doesn't want to boost their immune health, especially right now? I think not only do we owe it to people to tell them about our products, but we owe it to them to share this opportunity, because you don't know whose life you might change by sharing this opportunity. I know my life was changed. I know my husband and my children's lives were changed, and never in a million years did I ever think that I would be a part of a network marketing company, right? Because we've all heard the negative. And now when people say something negative to me about it, I just kind of chuckle and I say, gosh, if you only knew what I knew. Like, who wouldn't want to be a part of this, right? Who wouldn't want to do work in the beginning that continues to pay you month after month after month? It's incredible. It's something that I never again thought that I would be a part of, but I am truly blessed every day to say I'm a part of this company. I'm a part of my team, and it's just been an amazing ride. And I'm going to close with something that I heard this weekend in GoPro. Lisa Nichols was one of my very favorite speakers. I've listened to her speech 3 times now, and she said something that we've all heard before, but the way she said it and the way, you know, she tells the story of her grandmother telling her this is that, you know, quitters never win and winners never quit. Right. And so I keep saying that to myself. And you know, winners, you guys, you have to keep going no matter how hard it is, no matter how tired you are, no matter how many no's you hear, keep going, because it's the person that doesn't quit that ends up winning. And so I'm blessed to share my story with you guys. And I thank you for your time tonight. Thank you.